Today, we're going to test the old versions of Brookhaven Airport. And make sure to stay until the end, because we'll even test the very first version. And here, Darkito, I'm right in front of the airport, and it's 2026. And today, it's one of the biggest buildings in Brookhaven. And look how huge the airport terminal is. By the way, I have a few secrets to show you. Like for example, taking a ticket from the airport and putting it directly on this machine to validate it. There you go. Now my ticket is validated. And you can choose to wear the airport security uniform or even become an airline pilot. Yes, you can become a pilot. You just have to press here and there you go. You become a pilot at the airport. So that's one of the new features in 2026. It's really incredible. And you can also pick up the little red card right here to access an area just below the airport to take private planes. So here, you just have to open the door and take any vehicle from this list. However, it will cost you, and you can even take a hot air balloon. Look, you can take a hot air balloon here. That's crazy. But what's cool too is that look, I can take a real plane. Well, it's a fighter jet. But anyway, it's the fastest flying vehicle in all of Brookhaven because look at the speed I can get. I can go up to 200 speed. A lot more speed. Look, did you see how fast I went? I really went up to 600 speed. Yeah, when you put the plane into the ground, you can go much faster than you think, guys. Sometimes you can even go up to 1,000. But I don't know if I'll be able to do it, guys. I have no idea if I'll be able to do it. But anyway, the speed record is possible like this. Oh wow, this is really crazy. I hope you're all subscribed to my channel since many watch my videos without subscribing. Anyway guys, well, here it is. This is the speed glitch. To display a really super high speed, this is the only way to do it. Alright, I'm just going to go back over there, and that way we can try out the old versions. Oh, I went underneath. So, these are all the new features we got in 2026. Not to mention, of course, that we can go into the control tower with this same red card. So here, you can go into the control tower. And here, you can control all the air traffic in Brookhaven. So there you go. You have a chair here, and a chair on the other side, of course, to control everything. You can also take the red card here to go back down. And of course, you can also go into the plane, which is right here. However, it's true that this plane doesn't work, meaning you can go and try to pilot it directly. But absolutely nothing will happen. It won't work. The only thing you can do is press the emergency button to simply activate the plane's emergency mode. You can also turn on the TV and you can go into the kitchen here. There you go. There's a small kitchen. But honestly, there's not much to do on this plane. And you can press, of course, the parachute button to fly away, like this. And now, be careful. You're going to have a parachute. And all of this, as you can see, is what we can do in 2026. But if we go back a little bit, you'll see that there have been some changes. And honestly, my favorite version was the very first one. And here, my friends, I'm in 2025. By the way, you can see that we used to have the Burger Barn before. Today we have a new restaurant, so this is the Burger Barn, which was across from the airport. And here, you have the airport. There weren't many changes last year. We just had a few differences compared to this year. That means before, there weren't any pilot uniforms, not even security ones. Well, those are the only things that will change in a year, along with the airport. I think we can go back a little further. And here I am in 2024. And by the way, look, every time there are things that change in front of the airport. Before, it was the Brookdiener, which was right here. So it wasn't even the Burger Barn, and definitely not the new restaurant. And now, look at what the airport looked like in 2024. It was so small. Look at this thing. It was really tiny. Look, we have the motel, which was actually much bigger next to it. And there, the airport was like this. Inside, look, here's the security checkpoint. So honestly, there really wasn't much there. Just a tiny security area. Here, you could go through security, then arrive in the tiny airport lobby. Earlier, I told you this was my favorite version, but actually, I think this one isn't my favorite at all. Honestly, I find it really small, the airport, it's tiny. You could take the plane over there, just like in 2026. It hasn't changed. But in this version, I can't even get inside it. There must be a problem with the plane. This version is really bad, honestly, and it was so small. So that's our tour of the airport. No, But do you realize it was really that small? Let's go take a look behind. No, but look at that. The plane was right here, but it was actually really tiny. I don't even know if you could go up on the roof. Let's try that. And yes, you could go on the roof, right here. But it's really tiny. Look at what Brookhaven used to look like. Even the mall was different. Well, I wonder what happens if we go even further back. And now, I'm already in 2020 and look. Well, actually, there's nothing to look at, because the airport didn't exist. In 2020. Yeah, so the version you just saw before was the very first version of the airport. Before that, you could place houses instead. Yes, you could put houses right here. So we had access to houses here in Brookhaven. Look, it's exactly the same road, except, well, you can put houses here. And as you can see, the city was completely different in 2020. And there's something interesting which has nothing to do with the airport, but I'd really like to show you in this video. Look, it's just up here, guys. You can directly access a special area, which is the Tube TV. And yeah, look, it was a place for YouTubers. So it's really super interesting. You could make YouTube videos here? Well, it really looks like the TV studio we have today in Brookhaven. It's almost the same, except it was a really special place for YouTubers. And Brookhaven was really quite different in 2020. The most interesting building was Brookhaven's secret agency. Yes, the secret agency was previously in Brookhaven. By the way, maybe I should make a video for you about Brookhaven's old secret agencies. I don't know if that would interest you, because there are still a lot of secrets to show you. But since there wasn't an airport in 2020, I don't know if it's worth going back even further, because there still wouldn't be an airport even before that. Here's something interesting to show you. But not the garbage room here. That's not interesting. Also, it's a few months before Brookhaven was released. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing. It was still being created. And the airport was supposed to be right here. But look at what we had right next to the airport. I'd really like to show it to you. It's Brookhaven's secret crystal. Yes, Mr. Brookhaven's powers were found at that very spot. It's really interesting to know that. So the airport actually has something pretty special about it. And honestly, I'm really happy to show it to you. Plus, look, it's written right here that this is the crystal place. And it's thanks to that a certain Mr. Brookhaven got secret powers. And it was at the place where the airport is now. And for those who don't know Mr. Brookhaven, he's the one who lived in this house. Back then, this house wasn't ruined at all. And as you can see, he's right here. That's him, Mr. Brookhaven, with the secrets around him. Those are his secret powers. That's where he found them. And he used them for the first time in this house. That's crazy. That's the real Mr. Brookhaven right in front of me. Anyway, Darkito, tell me which building I should do next time. Subscribe. It's super important. I really hope you're subscribed to my channel. And above all, don't hesitate to like and watch other videos.